What's going on, everybody? It's our Mike, and we are back to do a physical in-hand comparison with the LG V20 versus a handful of other phones I have in the house, so you can see the height, how wide it is, the girth of the device, how thick it can feel compared to other things that I have laying around the house. Older phones, phones from friends, phones from family. So let's go ahead and get to it. So first off, the V20 next to the Pixel. And this is the Pixel XL. So we will use our case here of both the Pixel and the Note 7's case up top. As you can see, the V20 is taller than the Pixel, and when it comes to width, how wide it can be, we will set the Pixel on top of the V20, and we'll scooch that to the side. Hopefully you guys can see that, but the V20 is actually thicker or wider. It's a wider device, and then when they are face to face, the V20 at its thickest point of the Pixel, it is actually still, I believe, thinner than the V20. So V20, well, I think it's 10 point something millimeters, so the Pixel might actually be a little thicker, and that's not including the camera hump on the V20. Now at the thinnest point of the Pixel XL, it actually does thin out, so it was thinner. So that's the Pixel. Next up, we will look at the LG V10. So height-wise, compared to these two, comparing these two. Now in my unboxing video, we already went over this, but this is just for everyone else to see. The V20 is actually a 1/10 of an inch, or maybe a millimeter. I believe it is a millimeter shorter. And then when it comes to the girth of the device, the V20 is thinner. It's not as thick in the hand. Weighs a lot lighter too. And then next up, the dead unicorn. Rest in peace, Note 7. September of 2016 to October of 2016. So again, Note 7, still 5.7 inch display, packed into a tighter built body, which might be why the batteries had issues. Shorter, definitely not as tall, which is good. And then when it comes to the thickness, the Note is thinner. It is definitely a thin device. In hand, I like the Note over the V20 in hand feel. But if you want a nice wide display that doesn't curve, well, like I said, this is the dead unicorn. So the phone everybody loved, but you cannot get it now. And then next up, the G4. For those of you that are original G series fans, G4 versus the V20. Obviously, the G4 is going to feel thicker because of the curve. It does have that curved display. And then in hand feel thinner, not as thick, not as wide. That's stacked on top. That is visible. And let me go back to the Note as well. Note 7 stacked on top of the V20. You can see that much. You can see that difference there in the thinness. And the same thing with the V10, which again, like I said, did this in the other video. So V10 definitely a little wider. Alright, there's that. And then next, we will look at people that might have Motorola phones. The original Droid Turbo. There is your size comparison. Sitting on top. Turbo is definitely thinner, not as wide. Now thickness, when it comes to the girth of the phone, the Turbo is actually thicker, but it also has a way bigger battery. close to 4,000 or over 4,000 milliamp hours, I believe. May have been right at 4,000. I don't even remember the exact specs. So there's that. And then another device, those of you that are Sony fans, this is a Sony Xperia. There is your height difference. And then stack them on top. Glass on glass, in a way. There is your width difference, how wide. And then one last phone, just throwing this in just to have some fun with it. This is one of my first, not my first, it was actually my second Android device, but the HTC Incredible. This was Verizon's version of the Nexus 1 that Verizon was supposed to get at one point. So I'm going to make a separate video on this because I want to kind of do a throwback to it. Look at that, the whole phone can fit in the screen of the V20. So that is it. Like I said, this is just a comparison video, physical comparison. If you guys have any comments or questions, yes, I still have my backing on. I've not taken this film screen protector off because I'm waiting to see if I'm going to find something I like tempered glass wise. Then I'm waiting for D-Brands to send me my skin. So anyway, if you guys like the video, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share with anybody that is looking into the V20 that might want to get it as an upgrade. If they're coming from, say, a G4, or if they're coming from, say, another Motorola device, an older Droid device, or even if they have the yearly upgrade and they're going from the V10 to the V20. So share with them. Like, comment, subscribe, look me up on Twitter and SL1Mike, and I will see you all in the next video.